where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then, Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Koto and Hina? I wear sneakers? Oh, I guess I do.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her.
Damn.
She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Pretty fucked up.
Hina, is it true? Did you really... kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but... when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just... occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then... she downed it. All at once. And then...
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Yeah, the locked room. How was the room locked?
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Yep.
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too... obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just... nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
There's something really weird going on here. I'm not sure. Is it Byakuya really manipulating everybody? Like, if so, then how the fuck did he do
There's
it?
nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
Why didn't you fucking sweep up the muck? You made a mess, so why wouldn't you clean it up?
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Isn't that a little strange? Bottles over there, footprints over there.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
Big Mac. I like that name.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Till we figure it out. Till I uncover the full truth of this case. I don't know, I'm confused right now. Was it really Byakuya that is manipulating all this? Like, if so, then I don't fucking... Also, I'm
First
really
I
low
went
on
to
health.
Section
Shit.
That's
Yeah.
when I grabbed the poison.
Uh-huh.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Duh. I'm confused. In the chem lab, where were the footprints and what direction were they facing? Those facts clearly contradict what Hina just told us.
First I went to Section, and then I moved from Section C to...
Oh, that was it?
No, that's wrong.
Wasn't too sure about that one, but I got it. Didn't lose any health. That's
You
good.
said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
The heck?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you
Bullshit.
sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
God damn. She's just burning this dude.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Piece of
It
glass.
sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Sure. Sure.
Me?
Uh-huh.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Shard of light blue glass found in the bottle of poison. I broke something in the shade of blue. Rec room window?
I got it! It's
Okay.
part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right, it must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it? Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? Should have been on Section A shelf, right? Yes.
I got it!
Oh.
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she could say that is because there's evidence. It's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. I'm still confused. Empty protein drink. Chem lab. Ugh. What's happening?
When it
Fuck.
comes to that protein can,
I got 4 minutes
there's
for
not
this?
a doubt in my mind.
Ah, shit.
Until
shit, dude.
the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Yeah. When the locked room was unlocked, in other words, when I broke the window. Like, concentrate on that.
When it comes to that,
Shit. I don't know.
there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked
It had to be. It was in there before.
I got it.
No,
Cool.
that's wrong.
It took several go-throughs, but I didn't lose any health at least.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Yeah.
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why.
She commits suicide? That seems to be... It doesn't seem like Byakuya is the culprit. He seems too confused. So maybe she just killed
The
herself.
only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that,
He
we
said
need
please.
to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
It's probably Sakura herself.
What do you think, Makoto?
I think it was Sakura.
I
Yeah.
got it!
Yeah.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
I have to hit. Yeah. The evidence on her shoe, probably. Moment of truth. Oh shit. Oh crap.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you,
Shit.
I did it! Stop talking!
Oh shit.
You're a liar! Wrong! You're
There we go.
wrong!
Okay.
Do
Yellow
you
powder.
have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Yeah, I guess.
This should prove it.
Okay. I thought I had to select it. I guess it didn't. Whatever. It's fine.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
Yeah.
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
I have to select someone? I don't know who did it. Fucking what? It was Byakuya? Oh god. Can I like fucking... Was it Byakuya? I guess he's the only one that makes sense. I think. It wasn't. What? Oh, it was... What? I'm dumb. I forgot she fucking... I forgot that you can select people who are already dead. Yeah. Whoops! That's my bad, guys. I apologize. It was, where is she? There she is.
Here's my answer.